it's not from her. The girl didn't even tell me she was a queen.
Okay. Well, her charge is not in the conversations that we have about things that's getting approved and disapproved. Her charge is not in a conversation at all. It's a conversation that happens, and Christina knows this, between Janika, Kiara, Laguana, myself, and Shanitra. Clarissa is not privy to the conversations, and I'm not privy to all of them, to be truthful, because it happens with Kiara, Janika, and then if they need to pull it myself and Shanitra and Laguana in, they will. But the conversation really doesn't happen outside of that, and Christina is aware of that, um, because she knows who's in the thread where the conversations are actually happening with regards to her submission of attire and approval or denial of attire. But it just was alarming to me that that members, and I'm not sure what members are talking about what's happening with the queen, because they shouldn't even be aware of it. So somewhere along the way, somebody's saying something that's in violation of their NDA, and we just got to get to the bottom of it. So if you're not talking to her, that's fine. But there was a conversation. I believe you were upset yesterday because the hoplites, because you mentioned it in your post as well, that the hoplites didn't bring her out. And when Shanitra reached out to the lieutenant advised that you were told by Christina that the QC, and this is literally what people said. So this is not, like I said, I don't say names unless I have names,
Hmm.
right?
Uh-huh.
That you said to them that the Queen said that the QC denied it. And that's absolutely not the truth.
And yeah, none of
The
that's the
Queen's
truth.
Council, the Queen's Council has no ability to deny the hoplites participating with the Queen, but the Queen does have to ask them, because it's not a given. The Queen's arrival and entrance is solely her choice. It's what she wants to do. So if she want the hoplites, she can have them. If she don't want them, she don't have to have them. The crew has no input. All we do is ask them to tell us what they're going to do. What are you doing for your entrance? In this case, the Queen said she was doing a circus. She told us about the stilt walkers, the jugglers, the hula hoopers, and everybody else. There was no mention of the hoplites. If she didn't want the hoplites, she did not have to have them. So because there was no mention of the hoplites, I'm assuming that's why the hoplites wasn't activated. But that wasn't because the crew said or didn't say she could have the hoplites. We didn't even get involved with that. But the statement, because Shanitra wanted to know, well, why didn't the hoplites participate? And the message that we got back is because the Queen's Council said that she could not, that they could not participate. And I'm telling you that that is not the truth.
And see,
Chris,
when I walked up, it was a lot of fussing because they didn't bring her in, and it was like, "Oh, I'm fine with it because I didn't have to sweat my hair out and all this kind of stuff." I'm like, what the hell going on?
that is correct. That's what I'm trying to get.
So, trying to cut you off, but they're saying that they wasn't asked. See, it's a whole
Right.
lot of
But they have to be asked by the Queen, Kisa. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's her entrance. It's
okay.
not our entrance. It's
And I'm
hers.
saying that I was not aware that I needed to request the hoplites. And that is what I said to them because I did not know that. I thought it was automatic. So they were not included in my run the show because I didn't know that was something I needed to do
And the
based on
result
what was
is a
talked
whole
about.
lot of negative energy from a breakdown in communication.
Yes.
Yeah, but the implication though, and this is this, but the implication that with me ever seen. I start my conversations with the queens about that. I want it to be better and better every year. If she wanted the hoplites, she could have had the hoplites. But somebody had to communicate that to the hoplites. And that's not what the crew does. It's not. Like I said, maybe Christina did not understand that that was her responsibility, but what Christina did understand was that it was her responsibility to plan her entrance. Maybe she didn't understand that that was including having to reach out to the hoplites. Okay, given that. But she did understand that she was responsible for her entrance. At
But I
no,
want to be clear. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Taisha.
no, no, you finished. Go
Put that
ahead.
in the oven. I'm gonna have to put that in the oven.
I want to say because you all were very specific that the lieutenant told the information came back that the QC denied because Christina said to Kisa,
I
and
Yes.
just
that
said
never
that.
happened.
Okay.
I just said it. That's what the lieutenant
Lieutenant
said.
said.
It's in writing. It's not. That's what the lieutenant said. But Shanitra, you can read it. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that's a lie.
Well, I want to make it clear because I told them that conversation never happened. He said I never talked to you about the
It
hoplites
says
not performing due to the QC or being
she said
denied.
she said understood no what Nicole first said. Well, honestly, since Hoplight's been in existence, we've always let Queen Athena into any event for KOA. When we were created, that was our major task to lead KOA up veterans and events. I say yes, but I am under the impression that the Queens asked hoplites to escort them for the picnics. The picnic entrance is not implied as Queens have their own autonomy on how they enter the picnic slash cooking. Fedora Fair is governed by the by the crew. So Nicole said, understood, and no worries on our part. I'm good with it all. We got to rest and not have to roll in the heat at the heat from outside to inside. Kisa seemed to be upset because I made a comment to her, wonder why Christina didn't have the hoplites escort her into the cooking. And she replied that the QC didn't allow her to have the hoplites.
That's a lie.
So it's some
Well,
disconnect
let me
somewhere in
ask
it
this
all.
question.
That,
Let me ask this question. Kisa, you were there.
and
Nicole
she,
was there. The hoplites was ready to go. Hold on, Shanitra. Who stopped the hoplites?
I wasn't there. I didn't come till like 2:15.
okay.
Right. So, but who stopped? Because Nicole, you said that they were all saying they didn't sweat their hair out and all of that. Who stopped them from participating?
That I don't know. All I walking is on the tail end of it to whereas where since she ain't do us, we ain't gotta worry about coming out for her at all.
Okay.
Okay.
But what I don't understand is, well, let me back up. Shanitra, in that response from the lieutenant, she said lead Queen
Yes,
out. So that
because
is some terminology that may need to be cleared up
and that's what
because
she said
I
at the
think
bottom.
that
She said that, so it's some disconnect somewhere in it all. That's what Nicole said. But again, I'm fine with it all. She acknowledged there was some disconnect because if I followed it up with when Camille requested them, Ladadriel called them and requested them and told them where to be in their place and what to do. Last year when it
And
was
I
the
went back and
rodeo,
looked through my text messages and I reached out to Nicole and requested them. What I think Nicole was implying in the statement is that they've done it for every queen, but it was at the request of the queen. I think that's what she's implying. It wasn't in, oh, we gonna do it without a request. But my question still stands. Who told them they couldn't do it? Because based on what you're telling me, what you said, Keith, and I'm reading between the lines, so correct me if I'm wrong, they were kind of salty that they didn't do it, right?
Yes. Yes.
So my question is, who stopped them? Because the hoplites jump in all the time.
I
So who
don't know.
told them they couldn't jump in?
To be honest, I don't know. Like I said, I walk in on the tail end of all the disgruntled and all the comments. So I'm like, what's going on? And that's what was repeated, and they was done with it.
Okay.
so that's what you was
Because I
meaning about that after 10 years we don't know how the queen enter and exit an event was if the hoplite's supposed to bring her or not.
Yeah, that was for the Lutz. That was for Nicole and them.
Jesus.
can you
So
address the
okay, so
other
what is
question, Nitra?
I know I'm about to right now. That's where I'm going. So Keisha, what's your concern with the outfit last minute denials and stuff that's going on with Christina and her clothes? Because apparently you feel like she's being treated not fair. She don't feel that way, but you do. So tell us what you think is not fair that's being treated to Christina.
I mean, if it's last minute, she have to own that. But if I'm constantly reaching out and getting poor response and everything getting denied, then I mean, like, I feel like you don't want to see her win.
So when was
If
she
somebody don't
denied and
want to see
reached
her,
out,
and
Keisha?
it's
So when?
and it's
Give
not
me an
y'all, it's not y'all, it's the committee.
But no, it's not the committee. So what give me an instance. When did Christina keep on reaching out and they denied her? What are you talking about in specific? Because we can't fix something if we don't know it's broken.
Well, it's just hearsay. Okay.
Okay, so what's
So
the hearsay you got?
that event, as say for instance, she came by me to make something, which I knew wasn't gonna get approved, but I still made it. That was denied.
Okay, what you made that got denied?
The white jacket.
Okay. So
The
That
you
got
white
made the white
jacket didn't
jacket?
get denied. Oh no, let's talk about the white jacket because you brought it up and you knew it was denied, even though you should have known it was denied. The white jacket didn't get denied because of any. You didn't sew it, did you? You didn't sew
no
it. You did. You did work on it, right? The like
right.
the. I'm assuming you did
The
the
11
signature
and the
work on it.
okay, yeah.
The white jacket didn't get denied because of the signature work. The signature work could have been fine. I wish you would have brought you the red suit to do the signature work because the red suit could have, it could have used a signature touch. But the white suit wasn't denied because of the signature work. But Christina knows
That's
why the
the
white
whole
suit was
pizza.
denied. I never even saw the signature work until I saw a picture of it at the cooking
With the
when
baby.
it was
Why
being
do
carried
you
in.
feel? Why do you feel that it was denied?
Who, me? The jacket?
Me,
Why do
I'm
I think?
gonna keep because the jacket. So the
I just
jacket
think
she
because
did
it
the back
wasn't
order.
embroidered and because
Uh-uh.
it was
Wait, wait, hold on, hold
See
on.
last
that?
minute.
No,
No,
that's not
no.
why the
That's not
jacket.
what I'm saying.
That's
I'm asking the question. Where did you get that from? So I
That's
didn't
my
have
own insinuation. Let me say that.
because I want to be clear here. No, that's why we here. I brought that to you,
Right.
right? It's done.
mhm.
What gave you the impression that it was denied? Because that didn't come out of I didn't say that to you.
Because you didn't
If I,
wear it. And when I look at the video, your son's toting it. And I'm like, what the hell?
so I just
So
want to
the
be clear because that is true. Kisa did the back work on that jacket. And so my son told it. But I want to be clear in this conversation in all transparency.
And I'm
Because
sorry that you even in this, but go ahead. That I got you in trouble.
I'm not in trouble because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. But I want to be clear on this call because we're trying to understand as a whole what is happening that conversations are happening outside of the core.
Y'all gonna eat
And
pork?
I know
so because she didn't have it on, you what would make you think that it was denied and she just didn't choose to wear something else? See, the word denied is the issue because I could have just chose to wear something else. And you could
Not
ask me why you didn't wear the jacket, and I could say I just, the skirt didn't get done, or the pants was too, or the jacket bust. Anything could have happened, but the word denied at the last minute, because I don't want to lose sight of the wording. Denied at the last minute implies that there was something more than just I chose to wear something else. But Kisa, here's the since Christina, you want to hone in on that. Kisa shouldn't even know if something's going to be denied or not. Kisa only knows that she's doing work. Why? Where does the word deny come from? That
because
has to
she
come
came
from
in here.
somewhere.
She
I'm sorry, Kisa. Go ahead.
he came to my house 10:30, 11 o'clock. She came to my house 10:30, 11 o'clock after the
Hmm. You going out, Kisa? I can't
event
hear
wanted
you.
that done. So that was an urgency and an
I didn't
ASAP
hear
for me.
you. I didn't hear
And
nothing you
to see her
said.
not,
Kisa,
let me see. You hear me now?
Yeah.
I think
You hear
yeah. Go ahead.
She came to my house 10:30, 11 o'clock Friday night with urgency to put that on there after leaving the King event. So my understanding, this is what she's wearing. This is what she has in her heart to wear.
Okay,
So
let's put a
then,
pregnant pause right there, Keisha. Christina's clothes were supposed to be 100% complete and on her body on Wednesday for the Queen's Council to see it and approve it for the event on Saturday. Christina's clothes was not finished until Friday morning at I think 8:50 with the skirt and the jacket on, and we still the skirt and the jacket together. The skirt and the jacket
Not
looked more
true.
like that's the first time we got a picture was Friday of you in the skirt and the jacket. When did you turned in the picture on Wednesday of you in a skirt and a jacket?
oh, a
Huh?
frog just jumped on
I
me.
have
Lord.
to go back, but I know it might have been Thursday morning
Janika,
because
when was the
it
first
might have been
time we got the
Thursday morning.
picture of her in the skirt and a jacket?
Let me look at it. But I
Frog
don't
jumped on
even
my.
think that's relevant.
Well, no, it
Um,
is relevant to saying that we are denying it in last minute outfit changes because Wednesday is her whole outfit, her whole look has to get approved. It's conditionally approved up until we see her in it 48 hours before she's to wear it.
But let me listen.
I
I'm gonna let
said
this one. I'm
on the 21st. See, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The 21st was the no, you were checking the date. The 21st was Thursday. But the first time, and I you did you send it to Janika, Kiara? Who got it on the 21st?
Let me look at the date. Hold on. I'm trying to get to the back
Kiara
end
put out a
page.
message on the 22nd saying it is 24 hours until the event and I have not seen your attire.
So
And
I
we got a
submitted
Okay.
message.
it at 6:32 a.m. August 22nd. That was the Friday.
Yes.
That's Friday.
And I
Right.
was
What
supposed
should
to
you
send it the Thursday. And I sent the text and I was gonna send it that night, but I ended up sending it that morning.
right? So
So
What Sinitra
Then
said
she
is correct.
the
We didn't see it
message.
until Friday. But listen, I'm gonna give you
Mhm.
that because Keisha's saying that that portion of her comment came from she didn't see you wearing it, so she just thought we didn't approve it. Well, Keisha, let me say this to you: the approval, and I because I understand you're a vendor, and now I understand you may have felt some type of way because you felt like, well, maybe they didn't approve my work, but we didn't even see your work. We never even saw the back of the jacket. Just so you know, all of the images we have are only of the front of the jacket, unless there's some other image, Christina, that I didn't see. But I'm telling you, Kisa, the images that I saw of four different looks with the white jacket, I think it's four or five different looks with the white jacket, none of them showed the back of the jacket. So just so you're clear, the Queen's Counsel, Janika, correct me if I'm wrong, Laguana Shanitra, never saw the back part of the jacket with the work you did. So the declination had nothing to do with your work. Janika, did you see the work?
I
We
did
don't
not
know
see the
who.
work until the young man was walking up the aisle with it.
We did not see the work. So just so you're clear, that's not why the jacket was declined. It had nothing to do with your work. So I'm gonna give you that feeling of like frustration because maybe you felt like they was just denying your work. I'm gonna give that, right. We could move on from that statement. But then the next line says
excuse
the
me, you work in this
constant
department?
disapprovals. And your statement to me, Kisa, is that you think that that could be coming from, like you're saying that it's out in the
Didn't
crew.
I get
People
this
are
right here?
saying that the Queen's Council is disapproving her clothes. Is
They're
that
giving
what you're
up here,
saying?
hell, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for jumping on the call and for sharing with us your perspective. But I want this to you have a
Can we
concern. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can we add one more thing I think needs to be addressed as well?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Shanitra, you made a statement about um
Okay, I gotta get some more stuff out.
promising something to Kisa, or why does she feel some kind of way? And so I said you needed to ask that conversation, that specific question to her.
What was
You
it?
Well,
I
what
don't
she
recall?
said
remember.
was, "Oh no, the promise. No, no, no. Give the whole context of that statement." Kisa, you mentioned in the second line that that's why we didn't pick you to be the charge
You should have been in
because
charge of her. This would have never
something to
happened
that
on your
effect.
watch.
This wouldn't have happened on your watch. Like if you were her charge, this wouldn't have happened on your watch. So Shanitra asked Christina, "Did y'all have any conversations about?" you being her charge? Or was there any promise made to you about you being her charge? And then it appears then like the Queen's Council didn't honor her request, or like she wasn't able to, or like there was some conversation about her being your charge, because that never happened from our perspective. So what Shanitra was asking Christina was there any conversation essentially that you and she had with regards to you actually being her charge?
No. And if you look at a video, you can see me when she walked down. I never knew she was the queen.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I never knew.
So
Uh
you were just making a blind statement. If I was the person, this wouldn't happen.
yeah.
Okay.
And I got whiff that she might be the queen. And I will say I told her this, if you the queen, I ain't even gonna dress off for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Listen.
So I had no clue she was the queen.
Well, Keisha, let me tell you this here. When I saw the baby holding the jacket, I told Taisha and LaGuana, I said, I guess the baby was holding the jacket because the vendor made it in good consciousness, not to upset the person who made it. They still bought it out to the event. So I didn't know who was the vendor, and certainly the queen can have vendors, like Taisha said, and people can do add things and do things to the jacket. And we wanted a more upscale and more things done to the jacket. So that's why that whole first look didn't get approved, because we wanted a little bit more to look more like the circus and to be cohesive. It wasn't about your work, or we didn't want it, because we let people use vendors. If we had seen it on Wednesday, and or even if we saw her
Wasn't
in a
no
red
window
outfit.
naked.
No, I mean that you put the vinyl on it. What I'm saying, if we had seen the one,
Oh,
if she would have gotten the ringmaster suit on Wednesday, we probably would have told her go put something on the back of it, or make it a more signature, instead of just wearing it from the store. So it's not a problem with having you do any work or having work done to it. We expect the queens to have stuff added to it and things done to it. We would have saw a complete look and approved it on Wednesday. We probably would have asked for her to put some more things on it just to give her the best showing. We're never trying to sabotage our queen. That's where I take offense for it. I want her to be the best queen Queen Athena has ever seen. And my little cousin was queen last year, but I still want her to supersede the queen from last year. If we don't do better than what we did previously, we're stagnant. We're staying the same. We're a dying culture. We want to wow people. We want to go higher. We want to go further. So we are not trying to stifle Christina or not let her be great. And that's the way I read your post. And it's just me. And it felt like somehow we're trying to do something and not let her be at her best life, in her best life.
and I just want to go, and then we gonna wrap this up. I want to go on the record, Keisha, just because you're here and you're a member. We are that Christina's not the first queen to get told no. They get told no a lot. I think when people say that, they think they just saying it.
I think
The
Taisha
all the
daughter
queens
said it at
before
the
her,
feather. You're gonna get a lot,
all the
lot, a lot,
queens
a lot, a
before
lot of
her
no's.
could tell you that there's a lot of no's involved. A lot of you can't wear that. A lot of that is not it. That's not particular to Christina. Because you have a relationship with Christina, I don't know if y'all are
Like a big
friends or
sister
associates. I'm
relationship.
not,
Yeah.
but because y'all have a relationship, you might be taking it more personal because it's happening to her. But I want to assure you that it happens to all of them. The Queen's Council don't, they operate exactly the same all the time. They looking for the best look. And if it's not the best look, they gonna say no. That's just how it goes. It's not a person. So this is not of Christina. It just may feel more personal to you because it is Christina. But I promise you, if you walked up to the rest of them, they'll tell you, oh no, that's how I go. That's exactly how I go. They say a lot of no's. We get upset. We figure out what it is that they want. And I said this to Christina in the last meeting. The more no's that she gets, the more she's gonna understand what they're gonna say yes to. That's just how it goes. That's what history tells me. But the post, like Shanitra said, I took exception with it because what we're not doing and what I would never stand by and allow to happen is for Christina to be mistreated. She's a charter member like me and you, right? And I'm always 10 toes down behind charter members. But the reign of Queen Athena is the exception because you got to be exceptional every time. You can't just be okay. We work really hard so that when people see Queen Athena, they know they looking at the exception. I used to tell Camille this. If Camille wore a straight dress, everybody, the next time we saw them, they all had on straight dresses. If Camille wore a full skirt, the next time I saw them, they all had on a full skirt. Whatever she did, they did because they understood she was the exception. They understood she was the standard. And we not about to let that die. We not. So I don't think we have to belabor this anymore. Keisha, I appreciate you for jumping on the call. Thank you.
I have a quick question, Tab.
Mm-hmm.
As it relates to the hoplites, because it sounds like they feel some type of way because there was a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
How do
finish
we
with me.
address?
Yeah, baby. I'm sorry. I don't know how to take
All
anybody
right,
off the call. You
I'm
just got
about
to
to
hang up.
leave.
All
All right,
right. Thank
Keisha.
you, baby.
How do we address that? Because
I'm gonna
if
call
they're
Nicole when we get off this phone and clarify it. You're more than welcome to have a conversation with her, but I will have a conversation with her as well.
okay,
All right,
and
Lagwana. Yeah, go ahead.
so the way the message came to me was about potential NDA violation
Yeah,
based on the post.
Yeah, yeah. It is a potential because there should not, if you are in your contract is very clear that you can't speak disparagingly about the crew. And if you're going out and making a deal that you're being mistreated by the Queen's Council, that is a violation of your NDA. That is.
So
So that's the
I
conversation
agree
we
with you.
wanted to have. Uh-huh.
Okay, I just wanted to understand where the potential violation was coming in.
yeah. Keisha cleared it up for us, and she said that she heard stuff and she explained where it came from because at face value, it looks like the queen told you some stuff, and you decided you was going on Facebook and get them together. And so that's why we wanted to have a conversation, and we used the word potential, not that you violated it, because we didn't know what happened, and we won't know until you tell us. And like you said, call Keisha. We called her, and she cleared all this up.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think that I'm hoping you will lead this conversation understanding this much. At the end of the day, if we got a concern, we gonna bring it to the table. We not gonna run around in circles and throw rocks and hide our hands. We gonna say what our concern is, and we gonna get the parties involved on the line so we can all have one conversation about what actually happened, what didn't happen, who said what, who didn't say what. At the end of the day,
Well,
Keisha
I
said she
agree.
got it. Keisha said she got it from the streets and she made an assumption. That's for her to say, right? But anytime it comes to us in this way, we gonna bring it to the table. I don't know what part of the streets is talking, but I'ma find out. Cause the one thing in Crew of Athena is we gonna find out. It's no different than this conversation here, from which the information is flowing. Because somebody's saying something they shouldn't be saying. According to Kisa, it's in the streets. So now I have to talk to all parties involved to find out who's saying what. But we also know that there's only so many outlets that could happen about this information. We know that. So we just got to get to the bottom of it. Kisa says she got it from the streets. I'm about to go talk to the streets. They're going to let me know.
And that's fine. But I feel like I've always been upfront as to coming to you all saying when I felt like I needed to have a conversation. So there's
You
no
have.
benefit to me.
That's why we was concerned. Because we was like, Christina's outspoken. Why wouldn't she say all this stuff that Keisha is saying on her behalf? And that's why I'm happy Keisha cleared it up. Because I was like, okay, let's find out what's the source of all this discontent. That's why I reached out to the hoplites to find out why their name was mentioned in it. And and Nicole said what happened. So it was, we trying to figure out how we could come to a happy medium.
I think that there is, yeah, I think that there is definitely the opportunity for you to come to us directly. But I have all different type of friends, Christina. I have friends that I gotta call when I need somebody to pray. I got friends that I gotta call when I need somebody to listen. I got friends I gotta call when I need somebody to make a move. I got all type of friends, right? So I know what friends I don't call if I just want somebody to hear what I'm saying, and it don't go no further than that. I know the people that when I'm trying to make move emotion, who I need to call, who need to be activated, like they say where I'm from, right? I know who I need to activate if I want to get busy, right? It's for me, I'm just trying to narrow down where the information is coming from, because for some whatever reason, and Kisa tells me her source, but for whatever reason, she felt like she needed to activate herself on your behalf. And that is not lost on me. So whether or not you directly said it to her or not, that Kisa has said she got it other places. But for whatever reason, she felt like she needed to stand up for you in a public forum on social media. On social media in a public forum. That's what I was trying to say. So that her getting this information about your treatment is the hole that we have to plug, or the perception of your treatment, let me say that, is the hole that we have to plug. So,
Okay.
all right.
Well, that's
Lagwana,
all
you
my
have any? I'm
questions.
sorry, I keep saying Lagwana. I'm really meaning to say Janika. I'm sorry, I'm meaning to say Janika. I keep saying Lagwana. Habit. Christina, you were saying something?
No, I was saying thank you, ladies. That's all the
Oh
questions
no,
I had.
no, we have another
Yeah.
question, Christina. Um, I'm trying to
Hmm.
understand what happened because I got some other calls about the entourage and they're changing clothes in a U-Haul van outside of the picnic. What happened to the sprinter that you were told you had to get for them?
I was told on Friday after, first of all, I was told that we had to change and that I needed to secure somewhere to do it. So in the message it said we still haven't gotten any information on where you all are going to change. I said, well, I have a wardrobe changer um that we can use where we can change really quickly. And so QC came back, and let me just QC came back and said, who approved this? Oh, I was trying to share the message, but I'm gonna go to the message because I can read it to you verbatim.
We
Who
had
approved
asked
the
who approved it and
and
who you spoke to
who
about it.
yeah, who I spoke to about it when the question was asked, what are you gonna do? So I submitted the wardrobe changer as an option. So all these questions
Excuse
came
me.
back, I didn't respond. I'm like, what? So it was suggested that I get a sprinter. Oh no! Prior to that, I asked, "Is using closing the restroom down for 15 to 20 minutes is not an option?" And I was told that that is not an op that I could not use the restroom for convenience because it is not appropriate. It said that I suggest you get a sprinter van to change in. So my question was, just so I'm clear, are we saying that I can exit a space and re-enter?
Excuse me. Did someone bring a
And I
hair
was
dryer up
told
here?
that don't look at it as leaving a space, but a means to change a
Let me find out.
tire at one time.
Okay, I'll listen.
I said, okay, I am going to secure a vehicle. So I did not see the point of having a $800 sprinter van for 20-minute change.
Did someone bring a dryer up here?
I was told that to look at it
No.
as a wardrobe changer. I had
Yeah,
reached
it was
out
in the
to one of
box.
the Graces because we had increased our numbers to 100 to
I don't know.
be
It was in the box. I don't know. I
have a
just
space
told the
for
lady I was
100 when
getting
we were
something else.
getting different confirmations for the space, and I needed some more chair covers. So I reached out to the Grace, and she said, "Oh yeah, I have some." I said, "Okay, well, how I'm gonna get it? I'm not gonna be
Looking
there."
for a hair
She said,
dryer
"Well,
they
I'm gonna
brought
have a
up for me.
U-Haul truck." I
What? I don't see.
said, "Is the U-Haul
Yeah,
gonna be
that. That's
there?"
it.
the whole time? She said, yes. I said, do you mind if we utilize that to do a change? I said, we'll have fans. She said, yeah, that's fine. And so we did use the U-Haul.
So you changing the U-Haul, Christina?
So I did not change in the U-Haul. I was supposed to change in the U-Haul. We got the clothes out the vehicle. The I did not change in the U-Haul, but most of the entourage did. Because we had to go to the vehicles and get our changing clothes because nobody secured it in the U-Haul. And I think we were told, if I'm not mistaken, Clarissa said we had like a 10-minute, 15-minute change time. And we couldn't walk around to the different spaces until to the different crews until we were changed. Because we weren't allowed to walk around in
So,
the.
Christina, if the restroom wasn't appropriate, at what point you thought in the back of a U-Haul truck is?
Because I was told that the only reason why a sprinter was being suggested was to look at it as a means for changing. So I took that as you just need something to change where you all could do it and not be seen.
How did you not arrive at the cooking in a sprinter? You came in your own vehicle.
I was driven to the place because I was of the wardrobe issue that I was having. So the store didn't open till 10 o'clock. I was informed at midnight that that's a no. I needed to figure out some attire. The only store that I could possibly, I went to two stores to see if I could put something together, and they didn't open till 10 o'clock. Never realized I was going to be in this fit. And I had things that had to happen that day. So I contacted the ladies, and there was also an issue with like a shirt with the entourage.